Let's talk about do's and don'ts of the Winter Arc 2025. I'm gonna do my makeup while I'm talking about this, and I have everything typed out on my computer so I can hit every single point. I don't want to miss anything. All of the products that I will use in this video will be linked in the description box below. So don't go around and comment down below, oh, what are you wearing? Because I will most likely have it down below. The first do of the Winter Arc is to romanticize little routines, habits, rituals. Honestly, the best thing that you can really even do for yourself right now. So for me, I love to do my makeup and romanticize each step. Honestly, because life doesn't really have to be boring like 24/7. I've been romanticizing even the little moments. When I wake up in the morning, I'll do like my little journaling routine. I'll journal like my morning pages, and then I'll have like my little cup of coffee, and then I'll actually sit outside and go on my porch. Just because we're trying to romanticize this arc, not everything has to be going hard at it, locking in and all that, which is kind of the whole idea of this winter arc. But it's so important to just enjoy those little moments. I think those really bring you a lot of peace. Do invest in your inner world, because yes, everything in your outer world matters too, but your inner world is a reflection of your physical environment. Yes, I could go to the gym 5 times a week, but if I'm not training my brain while I'm at it, then there's really no point to feed my inner world. Right now, I created a winter curriculum. Basically, I uploaded a TikTok about it. Basically, this fall arc, I really want to read a lot more. I bought books that I want to read this month, and I really want to dabble into philosophy. Honestly, just anything to feed the mind, because any investment you make in your inner world will play out in your outer world. All right, what do we think about the lashes? Honestly, lashes just play a huge part in your whole makeup routine. If I were to only do one step in my makeup routine, it would definitely be my lashes, because they make your eyes just really, really pop. I kind of want to do like a little doll eye shape for my lashes. I always end up doing like a sort of like cat eye look, but I don't really think that suits my eyes as much. So what do you guys think about the lash placement? I started doing my eyebrows really differently lately. I decided that I actually really like the thinner brows. I did get my eyebrows threaded maybe like 2 weeks ago, and the lady got rid of my like straight brows. I told her I like having my eyebrows a little bit more straight with a very faint arch, but she completely deepened the arch, and I was just like, I don't like it. And the threading, wasn't too bad for the price. I paid maybe $10-ish for it. I don't think I will ever go back, just because I just don't trust anyone else with my brows. So when I got in the car and I checked out my brows after the appointment, I was like, I need to fix this shit up. To kind of fill in what I already have, I'm just going to use just eyeshadow to darken up my eyebrows. I don't really do much to begin with for eyebrows, because I kind of already like how it looks even without makeup. All right, eyebrows done. Now on to base. This is the only foundation I will use. That just works really nice with my skin, and it doesn't leave it looking too cakey. I hate cakey makeup, honestly, but this is the only thing that really makes my skin even glow after 8 hours of using this. So Estee Lauder, please sponsor me. But where were we talking about? The next winter arc do is staying consistent with the workouts. Let's talk about outer world. I definitely do think that working out has so many benefits, but you have to stay consistent with it in order to see results. I always find that whenever I go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, my performance and everything else just increases. My productivity, I feel a lot more better about myself. The impact it has had on my mental health, I definitely do think I really, really saw improvement there. I felt less depressed about my life, overall just my body and my looks. I never really was confident in the shape of my body, but when I started going to the gym, changed my relationship with my body. I definitely feel a lot more better about myself. Just even showing up for even 30 minutes, you can start really small. You will feel the difference in your day. Maybe next time you go in, take in an hour at the gym and go from there. I lift weights. I love doing strength training. Every girl should get their ass in the gym. But if the gym isn't for you, I would definitely recommend a home workout as long as you show up, because you can miss once, but don't miss twice, because when you miss it twice, you're breaking that habit again. Okay, we put on the foundation. I'm going to start putting on concealer now. And what I like to do with my concealer is I let it dry for, I'd say like a good minute, and then do kind of like the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to do eyeshadow and then do eyeliner, and then we'll blend it in later on. But the final winter arc due. So I know you're going to be working hard this winter, but you should 100% definitely lean into your pleasures guilt-free. What do I mean by this? I essentially mean doing things guilt-free no matter what the price is, what the situation is, or who is involved. I used to kind of pride myself in not spending money on like tangible things, which I think overconsumption is such a huge problem nowadays. I kind of changed my relationship with it now because I realized that I should be able to enjoy the things guilt-free. But if you can learn how to control your consumption and enjoy the things you want guilt-free, then I think that's a huge bonus in this winter arc. I'm talking going to cafes, ordering a coffee just because I can, ordering that pastry guilt-free, going thrifting, treating it as an award, because if I'm gonna be working really, really hard, I know that I deserve something after that. All right, for eyeshadow, I always end up just using like a brown orangey base, more depth. So I end up using like a darker brown, almost black looking, but it's not black. But I do it only on my lid area. Pack it on there. I don't have a lot of lid space to begin with. I have like hooded monolid eyes. So I always just try to do my eyeshadow with my eyes open just so I know what it looks like. And so once I smudged out the kind of darker color all over the lid, I'm going to do my eyeliner, which I will do off camera because I cannot do it on camera. All right, so I did my eyeliner, kind of did it more like doll-eyed look. We're going to blend out the concealer now using just a concealer brush. Look at that base makeup, y'all. Like, and I have like acne and blemishes and scarring and redness too, so this combination really, really does me justice. Like, this base will last me. Onto contouring, I kind of use this Fenty stick as like a bronzer because this is advertised as a contour stick, but I think that this is way too warm tone to be a contour. And then I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose with the Sephora Collection Stick Contour. This one's definitely a lot more cooler tones. So we're going to move on to the winter art don'ts. In the first don't, I know winter season can be really lonely. It's really cold outside, so no one really wants to go out, but please, please continue to stay social. Find events or activities in your city or wherever you live so you can socialize with other people. But even if it means seeing your friends, I would say just at least once, or I would say at least once every 2 weeks. I know everyone has kind of like their own lives, so obviously, you know, we're not going to be at the feet of everyone, but remember, life doesn't always have to be just hard work. It also means maintaining stable friendships, relationships with your friends, family. For me, every time after I hang out with my friends, I always feel a lot more better about myself because I know that I'm not lonely. All right, contour is done. I'm gonna move on to my favorite parts, blush. I love this blush. It's just so pretty. I just love a good cream blush that can make me look like I am a happy girl. Don't let your phone swallow you. I know doom scrolling is like such a huge thing with people my age. I'm very, very guilty of this. I'm so guilty of my screen time being probably like 6+ hours. But please don't let your doom scrolling get the best of you. I would definitely recommend having no phone mornings, at least the first hour from when you wake up. And then same thing when you go to sleep at night. I leave my phone in my bathroom when I go to sleep, just so I don't have something to kind of grab onto if I'm bored in bed. There has been a lot of research on what doom scrolling does to you at night and how it affects your sleep cycle. I've been consistent in this habit for the past month, and the way my following day goes, my day goes so much smoother when I don't have my phone at night, and when I don't have my phone first thing, my day feels a lot more productive. I get more harder task complete. It feels nice to be able to focus without having that constant stimulation. You need to learn to have hobbies, and that doesn't involve a screen. I think boredom should be emphasized this winter arc because creativity blossoms in silence. I definitely recommend scheduling a small 10-minute session without your phone, without no screens, without any distractions. Just sit there in your feelings and your thoughts and ideas. And it might feel very, very uncomfortable at first, but I notice when I do this, a lot of my ideas stem from no stimulation. All right, so you put all the cream products on top. Now we're just gonna go ahead and powder. This is the only powder I've been using the past 3 years. I've been using this powder, but it's one of the best. And I'm also a very oily bitch, so that's why I need to just powder it. So I'm gonna take just a little brush like this, and I kind of just tap it on the back of my hand. I actually don't have a powder puff right now at the moment. I lost it, so we're gonna have to just do a brush, but it's kind of just the same purpose. You want to powder it just so everything just locks into place. Honestly, I remember I used to be so scared of powder because I had dry skin growing up. My skin isn't really dry as much anymore, but I would be so afraid to put powders because I would think that it would kind of emphasize the dryness and cracks in my skin. But now that my face is more like combination, I can't go a day without powder. We're gonna bring some glowiness back into the skin. I'm gonna use like a glowy balm as like my highlighter. But trick for my eyebrows to last and to stay in place, I put my powder on top of my brows. We're gonna set everything with our powder products. So I'm gonna set it with this Patrick Ta blush combo. But next winter arc, don't. Do not abandon your goals until next year, 2026, because the momentum to build up into the great year is to start now. All of these little steps, all of these little goals and progress that you're making as of right now in this arc, it will pay off in 2026. And then when the new year starts, you can accomplish all the goals you've set for yourself because you built that momentum already. So I remember in the beginning of this year, I set a goal for myself that I would start my TikTok, YouTube journey. I started my TikTok, but not my YouTube. So that's why I'm starting my YouTube channel now. So it's easier to lean into it in 2026. I already have a following on TikTok, so now I'm actually finally taking the step to branch out into YouTube and longer form content. But the most important step is to start now. You don't want to start later and then regret all the time that you've let pass by. All right, we're gonna go back in and do some finishing touches. I did apply a powder bronzer. I used the Physicians Formula bronzer, and then I added in blushes you guys saw from earlier. Sometimes I just feel like my skin just looks really dull after applying all those powders. So we're gonna bring back the glowiness. We're gonna take a little highlighting balm. This is the L'Oreal. This is supposed to be like a Haus Labs Lady Gaga's makeup brand dupe for it. I'm not paying like $30 for a glossy balm. Honestly, I think the drugstore just works perfectly fine. But I'm gonna take this and do it as a little highlighter. And I tap it on, and it just makes my skin kind of have that glowiness. Now that we add that on, we're gonna go back into the eyes. I use this highlighter pencil thing. This is actually supposed to be kind of like an eyeliner, but I use it to highlight the inner corner of my eyes just to make my eyes pop a little bit more. And my eyes kind of look like awake. Alrighty then. So, final winter arc, don't ignore self-expression. Self-expression to me is diving into my creative passions. We are not going to tone it down this arc, okay? We are going to maximize the hell out of our creative outlets. So whether it be through content creation, your hobbies, your skills, that expresses you as a person, you need to maximize the hell out of it, okay? All right, we're gonna do my last favorite part of my makeup routine. We're gonna do lips. This is kind of like a pinky brown liner. This is Hourglass. I use 10 different products on my lips, but I think for this I might just keep it really, really simple. And I do kind of overline my cupid's bow a little bit, and also my bottom lip. I don't know if I should go nude or a pinky brown nude. Okay, we're gonna do this lipstick. I'm gonna put it on the outside of my lips. I think I might actually do like an ombre look. And then I'm gonna put this butter gloss in Fortune Cookie by NYX. Okay. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm gonna define it a little bit more with a brown liner this time. What do we think about the makeup look? I love it. Lashes came out really, really nice. So guys, comment down below what your winter arc rules are, kind of what you're gonna be doing this fall and slash winter, and subscribe for more videos like this.